Hey, Terrence Abar. This is how it's done. This is the King of New York, the Deer Hunter, Max Schreck, Vincenzo, Doc, Hans, Brad, Angelino, not to mention an Academy Award winner. And you're listening to the podcast that doesn't ever need more cowbell. The Film Blurs. With my friends Jeff Stewart and Brenda Norwood on the new Pod City Podcast Network. Terrence, pay attention. You see how I didn't mess up the name of the show? It's because I'm smart.
Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Film Blurs, episode 31, The Revenge. I am Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. Revengeman Button, a.k.a. Uncle Jeffrey, a.k.a. To Be Determined. And I'm joined here, as always, with my fantastic co-host and friend.
Hi, I'm Brandon Norwood, a.k.a. Hero Protagonist, a.k.a. the true father of Joe's kids. We got Joe back. Redid the Where Eagles Dare rescue. It went perfectly. She got the dominatrix got fucked up. I didn't know my girl could throw hands like that. I was proud of her. And now
Any weapons or just hand to gun? Or just hand to hand?
It was just hand to hand. The dominatrix tried to grab a dildo, and my girl pulled the right hook before she could swing off on her. So we got Joe locked back in the basement.
All right, well, Joe, you're back where you belong.
A.K.A.
The Glizzy King. You can't have it your way, bitch.
What? The Glizzy King? Another one?
Come shove this phallic meat down your throat.
Dick-shaped foods. Dick-shaped foods.
A.K.A. Poppy Chulo. I'm going to get a man pregnant. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm coming for that ass. I'm coming for that ass, Reno Moreno. You're 90 years old. I need to get you pregnant. A.K.A.
The
A.K.A. Rough McGruff. A.K.A. B. Wood the Magnificent.
Oh, man, we gotta getting Arnold Schwarzenegger pregnant? Is this Junior Part 2?
Yeah, ever since Poppy Chulo's seen that movie, he's been trying to get me pregnant. He's trying to get anything pregnant. My man looked at a fire hydrant the other day. Should have never let him see that movie.
Should have never seen it, sometimes it's wild out there in them streets, People, you got that legal Viagra, you can get over the internet and shit like that. Just fucking hump at everything.
Oh.
Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Let's get into our first bit of news.
Man, they should never give us niggas money.
Yeah, right. Basically. Jeff, you liked it. I haven't finished it yet, and I was going to finish it over the Christmas break, and now I could just take my sweet-ass time on finishing this. It's been out for 2 weeks, and Cowboy Bebop's been canceled.
Boo.
So that was like a waste of hype. That was a waste of anticipation. That was a waste of money, all-around money. John Cho really honed himself. He had like a major fracture where the show had to shut down for a few months. All that for naught.
Look, maybe I was part of the reason that it got canceled because I only got 3 episodes in before my ADD brain got mixed up and confused, and I had to move on to something else. But that being said, you nerds can never fucking complain about not getting your anime translations again. Because they gave you as pitch perfect of a live action show based on an anime that you could possibly get, like down to like the casting and the racial makeup. and y'all motherfuckers just hated it because it wasn't exactly what y'all wanted, and now look at you. You're back to fucking Scarlett Johansson playing playing Asian robots.
Man, I think the problem is too they dropped it at a time where literally everybody's busy. There's so much shit out right now. Like, January, February probably would have worked in this thing's favor.
Oh, definitely, definitely past the holiday season because everyone's out there fucking just living their lives, trying to make up for the year and a half they lost during COVID, doing Christmas shopping, trying to buy people's love.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen. There's only it's Netflix too. Their other problem is they just churn shit out and you forget it even drops. So
yeah, so
well, I mean,
all right,
RIP.
Maybe Amazon will take it.
I'm pretty sure somebody will pick it up. All right, next bit of news: Florence Pugh, Rami Malek, and Benny Safdie have joined Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. It is amazing that this dude is getting all these people to be in this fucking movie.
Look, I don't know if I'm excited or bored by this. Like seeing the story of Robert Oppenheimer would be interesting, but they're hyping this up to be the greatest fucking biopic / adventure film ever made.
Well, Universal did drop a synopsis. And this is the synopsis they dropped. An epic thriller that thrusts audiences into the pulse-pounding paradox of the enigmatic man who must risk destroying the world in order to save it. I'm like, that is super dramatic. Super dramatic. But I guess it gotta be because, I mean, you have $100 million budget and you're shooting with IMAX cameras, so I guess it is going to be like the most dramatic biopic ever made. Gotta be.
Right. I just hope I can hear it.
Yeah.
I hope I can
also,
hear the dialogue.
It's called a paradox, so this motherfucker's going to be playing with time again.
But like, is he playing with time, or is this like revisionist history? Because I mean, I hope he just doesn't. I hope he doesn't do some fucking just keep it just keep it a straight narrative.
We shall see. Looks like everybody's joining this. Like this looks like he's positioning this to like, I'm winning the Oscar this time, bitch. Which we'll see.
I guess I'll take this time to announce that I'm actually been cast as janitor number 3.
Yeah, Negro number 1.
Negro number 1 at Los Alamos. So there you go. I'm in this shit.
Yeah, basically. Well, that's the end of our news because it's the holiday season and shit's winding down, The only other news we have is Kevin Feige has come out and said that he hates that Marvel, when one of his movies comes out that has the Marvel Studios logo in front of it, it's at a disadvantage at the Oscars. And I'm like, bitch, wasn't Black Panther nominated for like 16 awards, including Best Picture? Like, shut the fuck up. Also, none of these shits have been good this year.
Right, like, what is a real disadvantage? Not making a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a real disadvantage, and I understand you, Kevin, for being upset.
Look, man, Shang-Chi, maybe part 2 will be good because usually that's how these things work. The sequels are usually better. But like, yo, don't get upset that Shang-Chi ain't gonna be nominated for shit. That movie wasn't good. It's the worst Marvel movie this year.
It existed. Like, that's all I can say about Shang-Chi. It existed.
Yeah, man. Y'all, whatever. Also, Shang-Chi's getting a TV show, so it's getting a sequel and a TV show.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh yeah, that was announced. Dustin Daniel Crichton, he's coming back to write and direct Shang-Chi 2. And then he's directing, I think he's not directing, but he's developing a TV show. And I'm taking a guess the TV show is going to be The Ten Rings.
Yeah, okay, that's needless. But okay, whatever.
So also real quick before we get in this bit of news, I guess this is some shit to hype us up. Tom Holland and John Watts, the director John Watts, they said Spider-Man No Way Home will mimic Sam Raimi's camera style that he used in the previous Spider-Man movies.
All right. Well, I mean, like this, the super zooms, the fucking look, aping his camera style is cool and all, but let me see this fucking movie, you know.
And we'll be seeing it. Well, we're seeing it. We're doing a
Well,
review in this fucking episode.
Right. So like it's weird because we're doing this before we see the movie, but we're seeing the movie in this episode.
Yeah,
That's some Nolan shit for you right there, man.
We're playing with time right now.
Time.
We're playing with time. We're fucking part of Tenet now.
Boom. Fucking I'm the protagonist.
We're from the future. We move backwards through time. Yeah, so one last thing we'll get into is Benedict Cumberbatch. He's not even sure if Doctor Strange has a character arc in the new movie. And he's concerned about that.
Yeah, I'm concerned about that. Everybody should be concerned about that.
It seems like the only movie from Marvel I'm looking forward to, just because the movies this year have been not good, and then everything else is having so many problems. Like, the only one I'm looking forward to is Thor: Love and Thunder. Like, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking forward to the Multiverse of Madness, but then the news broke that they were doing a month worth of fucking reshoots.
Like, it was a month and a half.
Month and a half worth of reshoots. That's a whole entire fucking movie.
Yes. And they're working 6 days a week on that motherfucker.
So
like, they work on Thanksgiving.
So yeah, that should be yeah. I mean, maybe Marvel in the next couple of years will surprise me and actually put out something good, as opposed to during the first four phases when I was surprised when they put out something bad.
Oh man, Spider-Man. Oh boy, I know we're doing the review in this episode, but yeah, like we said, we haven't seen it at the time of this recording. Right. Boy, you better be good, boy. You better be good, or else I'm gonna put you over my knee and spank you.
Yo, this has got to be a first. We're doing a before and after in the same episode.
Yeah,
that's some 31. That's some episode 31-year-old shit right there.
Oh, Jeff. All right. So, what have you watched lately?
What you watching? What you watching? I said, what you watching? What you watching?
What are you watching?
I watched the live version of Facts of Life and Different Strokes.
Why?
Woo boy.
Why?
Woo boy. It doesn't hold up. None of those shows hold up, especially with putting newer famous faces in these shows. I guess your mileage may vary watching the original shows, depending on how high you are or what your preference for nostalgia is. But this was your definition of a mixed fucking bag. All right, but the mixed bag was dirty, and like it had holes in it. It was left on the side. It's like pretty much like a garbage bag you found on the side of the street. That's the kind of mixed bag. The one highlight of this is watching the Different Strokes segment, where they have Snoop Dogg starring in it as Willis's best friend. That was fucking amazing. And also, let's give it up for John Lithgow, not only lifting Kevin Hart up like he was a child, like he was an 8-year-old child, and walking him across the fucking room.
Oh my God.
Yo, this man yoked this nigga up like he was a sack of potatoes and just carried him. And I'm just like, what am I fucking watching?
Oh shit!
And then if you remember the original Different Strokes, Arnold was always sitting on Mr. Drummond's lap. Well, they
Yeah.
kept that shit. So imagine John Lithgow with 45-year-old grown ass man Kevin Hart sitting on his lap wearing a Superman or a Super Arnold cape. That
Yo.
shit that shit blew my fucking mind. It was so hilarious and awkward. This along with what I'm also going to talk about, later, has really made me a fucking fan of Kevin Hart lately. Like this dude is in it. Like he like whatever it takes to entertain you, this man will do it.
Oh
So
man.
so if you have ABC, whatever their streaming service is, or if you have Hulu, give it a watch for the cringe inducing nostalgia of Norman Lear's Facts of Life and Different Strokes.
All right.
All right, there you go. What else have I been watching? I finished True Story, and yo, it has no right to be this fucking good. You could kind of see where it was going. If you know anything about story or anything like that, you can guess the story beats. You know where it's going, but how it gets there is amazing. And like I said, this has really made me a fan of Kevin Hart as a dramatic actor.
All right.
It's
Well,
real
I'm gonna
fucking
have to
it's
check
real
it out
fucking
over the
dark.
break.
Yeah, check it out during the break. I mean, you might not like it as much as I did, but the fact that I am not Team Kevin Hart and this turned me to Team Kevin Hart, that's got to say something. You know, that's definitely got
Yeah.
to fucking say something uh, for this property.
Okay.
What else have I been watching? I tried to go back and rewatch The Faculty.
What do you mean tried?
The it. I mean, I finished it. It was okay. Uh, I think my mileage on that changes. Like my where I am just in a mindset. Sometimes I really fucking dig The Faculty, and sometimes I'm like, this is horrible. Uh, this time I was feeling it was kind of horrible, slapped together. Um, but it's peak '90s,
I love
or was
that
it early?
movie, man.
Yeah, but I mean, you love you love those trash '90s horror movies, though, teen horror movies.
Yo, listen, I
So
know what you did last summer is a classic. There would be no slander about that shit. That you could
I'm not
slander on that
slandering, man.
sequel. You could shit on that sequel all day long. I don't give a fuck. That shit sucked. But yo,
Yeah.
and
So
shout out to Scream.
shout out to shout out to Scream. I saw the I finally I forget I was watching recently, and they showed it wasn't the new Scream trailer. It was a trailer. It was a trailer full of interviews about how next level this new Scream is gonna be. And a movie is going to be bad when they're trying when you have the actors out of character trying to convince you that the movie is going to be good in a trailer that's playing at a multiplex. You know, it's not like an online interview thing. They forced you to watch fucking Courtney Cox and the rest of them try to muster up enough enthusiasm
I sat through one
for
of
this.
those. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Well, fuck that shit. What were you seeing?
I can't even remember what I was fucking saying. All I know is I didn't want to see that. I didn't want to see that.
Oh shit!
All
You
right.
know,
Uh,
that might
yeah,
be
It'll Die
the
Cinema,
Snake Eyes Award next year.
Snake Eyes Award. Oh, fucking Henry Golding.
Oh
Oh,
man, I'd
oh.
rather fuck two midgets on a toadstool than watch that shit again.
2?
Yeah, nigga.
All right. Well, sometimes you gotta race. Um, I don't know if you want to talk about this jointly. I don't know if you started watching it. I started watching, and uh, uh, I can't even think of the fucking name. And just like that, I
Okay,
started
yeah,
watching
let's
it.
talk about this because I was gonna save that for. I didn't know if you were gonna watch it or not.
I I am a half hour into the first episode,
Ooh,
and uh yeah, man. And I'm gonna drag myself kicking and screaming through the rest of it and into the second episode.
man, you need to finish the first episode because they do something at the end of the first episode that they wanted to do in the third movie, and it's so unnecessary. And I'm just like, why the fuck would you do this? And I read
I
the
can,
interview about
right?
why he did it, and I was just like, man, that's a dumbass. That's poor man's thinking on how to do a story.
All right.
That's
Well,
po-
we're not gonna ruin it for the people, but we'll talk offline before because I can pretty much guess what happens because uh this one character was lit in a certain way. And I think they were trying to be subtle and give you kind of like a clue that something may happen to this character. But it was kind of ham-fisted.
let me see if you're on the right track. Male or female?
Male.
Okay, so you're on the right track. Yeah,
Yeah.
all the Sex in the City fans that I fuck with, they've all and these let me say they're primarily women. They all hit me up. They're like, "So you watched the first two episodes?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, what the fuck?" Because it's unnecessary. Like, yo, I, I
Look,
they wrote
I had a
Miranda weird, right? And then you throw that shit in there at the end.
so my I had a friend hit me up, and she was like, she's a diehard Sex in the City fan, right?
All right.
And she was just like going off on how bad this was. You
Like
know,
even the way they write out Samantha is just so terrible.
and, like the way they write her out, and like, is it me or did it seem like they were force feeding you exposition?
No, they
There
were.
was there was no sort of like discovery or anything like that. They literally spend the first 10 minutes of the show trying to like tell you all that's happening in their lives. That's not how real conversations work.
I will say this, Jeff. It is better. Like even these first two episodes, as bad as they are still 10 times better than that second movie. Like you
Uh,
owe it to our fans to watch that second movie.
that's coming up. That's coming up. I'm gonna fucking just strap myself down, and go to town. But my takeaway from this, and like I said, I'm gonna do my due diligence and finish this episode, and then watch the second episode. It just seems like they're trying too hard.
Yes, 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 yes.
They are
Um,
trying to, and just like one of the characters, how she's trying so hard to be, woke
and edgy.
and edgy. It just seems like And if I hear cis, like I heard cis female and cis male more times in 5 minutes than I have at an actual like gay pride parade.
I mean, I called myself cis on this show before, but I didn't say
Right.
it like what
It
85
was
times. For
right. It
those
was
of you
fucking
who,
rapid fire.
yeah, for those of you who don't know, cis means straight.
Yeah, and yeah, so maybe it'll get better. I don't foresee it,
I don't either.
and like I said, this wasn't built for me. But even not being built for me, I know what good is.
Yes, yes. So now you see what I'm saying by how that first season of Sex and the City is bad because you and Frank tried to clown on me with that, saying it's not for me when it really was a piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah. So like, this isn't good, but I recognize that it's not for me. But like, it cannot be for me and still be good. Um, and like, of all the shows that we have had over the past couple of years with female leads, female driven stories, this doesn't seem as edgy as it wants to be or as current as it's trying to be. It's not relevant.
Yeah,
And
yeah, man.
it's biting on the nostalgia train, but even with the nostalgia train, you're kind of alienating the people who who made it a thing, and
I
that was
mean,
Big
I'm
Coffee.
gonna have to finish this out because now that it's out there and the show's out there, Carrie's new job is doing what we do right now, podcasting.
Right.
She is a podcaster, and our network, New Pod City, were consulting on how to accurately portray that and how they would do it correctly and everything
Right.
about the podcasting aspect. So I'm gonna finish this. I'll finish this season through just because I want to be a team player. But
Yeah, I'm gonna
fuck
write it
me,
out.
fuck
Yeah, I'm
me,
gonna
man.
write it out. But like, and so you could never say that we are not fair and balanced because we both don't like this.
And you know it's bad when there's female, like the core audience for this are female, white females. And you know it's bad
Right?
when I'm getting hit up by white females and they're just like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, it's just
Like even
yeah,
Cosmopolitan and Refinery 29 and all those female fronted like Jezebel and all those female fronted like entertainment sites and sites that like specifically target women. I've read their reviews and they're just like, man, this is not what we wanted from Sex and the City. And I'm just like, yeah, I get it.
after seeing Insecure, and even girls to a certain extent, they raise the bar on telling stories about female-led stories, female stories, or I'm sorry, women stories about women. I don't think we're allowed to use female anymore. Women-driven stories that are about sexuality
And
and relationships and stuff like that.
you know what? Out of all three of these, even at its peak, Insecure has better written characters. You see the characters grow, even though the characters do grow in Sex and the City. The characters in Insecure grow more wiser. And I think
Right.
that's the only thing I can say about this new Sex and the City revival. And just like that is like, it's cool seeing our characters not older, but wiser. Like they're not saying as much dumb shit as they were saying previously. Like
Right. They're saying new dumb shit.
they've lived. Yeah, they've lived.
Right.
These character Insecure, they're black women going through shit, so they're getting wiser, and it's cool watching these characters grow up.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll write it until the end,
Yeah.
but it is a rocky fucking start.
Yep. Oh man. Whew.
All right. Yeah, that's all I got for what I've been watching. Like I've been watching random shit. Uh, I was on Tubi the other day, and I fell into a hole, and I started watching Street Kings.
I haven't seen that shit since theaters.
Yo, shit. Like, honestly, of all the fucking East LA dirty cop movies, this one actually not bad.
It's a
Not as
David
bad as
Ayer film.
not as bad as I remember it.
Ugh.
You know, like I think all David Ayer shit. Is this actually David Ayer? Because I don't even.
Let me Google this real quick.
It
All
it
right,
feels like David Ayer's light.
let's see. Street Kings. And this came out, I think, in like 2009 or 2010, some shit like that.
Something like that. Hold
2008.
on.
All right.
Did I lose you?
So 2008. Directed. Nope. It's
Wait.
directed by David Ayer.
Is it? Yeah.
I just brought it
makes
up.
sense. It makes fucking sense.
I'm trying to
a
load
David
the page
Ayer
to
film.
see if it's. Let me see if it's written by him. Got to be written because the dude started off as a screenwriter before he became a director. It's taken a minute to load, so we'll get back.
It's
the
James Ellroy.
Wow, that's sad. Oh, James Ellroy, baby, no. Oh no. The original. Okay, that's why this screenplay was written by James Ellroy, and it was kicking around since 1990, called The Night Watchman. And then it got butchered by these other two dudes, Kurt Wimmer and Jamie Moss.
Jimmy Moss. And then it got Ayerized.
Yeah, so that's
like,
sad.
but like, all right. I mean, if it like now that I know that it's like, because I didn't even pay attention to who was directed by. That's how much I cared, and I was also on a whole bunch of NyQuil. But of all the David Ayer cop LA drama things, I've seen fucking worse.
Yeah.
I've seen fucking worse, and like, it's kind of cool seeing Keanu Reeves play a bad dude, a kind of bad dude.
It was kind of corny too.
Yeah,
sorry,
it was real
Keanu,
fucking
we
corny.
love you, but you know,
like fat Keanu.
And then the game eating his cereal and he's pouring 40s.
Right.
I was just like, yo, I was like, yo, now you just went to a cartoon level. Come on, man. Nobody does that shit.
It was a cartoon level when they shot up Terry Crews in that fucking in that bodega. They came in and they emptied 5 clips into this motherfucker. They went RoboCop 87 on his ass. Just he's dead. He's dead. Stop shooting him. He's dead. He can't die anymore.
Yeah.
Street Kings on Tubi. Watch it.
Boy. Ooh boy.
I want to watch the Ayers cut of that. I want to watch the Ayers cut of everything.
We might as well. We talked about. We've seen almost all of this dude's movies. Like I've seen all of this dude's movies. We might as well put out the Ayer cut. Why not?
Right.
I sat through The Tax Collector. God damn it.
Yeah. Yo, nigga, I love Shia LaBeouf in The Tax Collector. I want more Creeper. I want that character.
I don't want shit from that movie.
Yeah, like the rest of the movie was absolute dog shit. Like it was bad on a different level, but Shia LaBeouf fucking killed it when he was on screen. But yeah, I want to Ayers cut a tank. Of a Fury. I want to Ayers cut a Fury. I want Ayers cut of Street Kings. Give me an Ayers cut of fucking what else? What else can we Ayerize? End of Watch.
Oh boy! Anything else you watch, Jeff?
Nah, we're good. We can move on. I've tortured you, everyone, enough. What have you been watching?
All right. Well, today besides the Sex and the City bullshit and Hawkeye, which have you been keeping up with Hawkeye?
I think I'm behind by 2 episodes, but the first 2 episodes I really dug. not the best Marvel TV show, but better than most of the Marvel movies that have come out this year.
All right, so we'll hold off on saying more about Hawkeye till next week, so we could give you time to catch up.
Okay.
So besides Hawkeye and then the Sex and the City shit, today I finally cracked open my Criterion 4K Blu-ray of Citizen Kane because I got, they had the sale and I copped all the 4Ks they had at the time. Trey never saw Citizen Kane. We watched it today. It looks immaculate. The sound's immaculate. Shout out to Criterion. I can't wait now to crack open Uncut Gems, Mulholland Drive, and Menace to Society to see how they look. The Red Shoes is coming out Tuesday in 4K. And if you've never seen The Red Shoes, that is a Technicolor masterpiece. I love it. So I'll get to that next week. I was going to watch Fellowship of the Ring since it turns 20 next Sunday. It turns 20. It came out December 19th here in the United States of America. I started to watch it and it was they didn't upgrade my digital copy to a 4K copy. So I'm going to borrow my brother's 4K and I want to watch it in 4K for you guys next week. So next week you'll be getting that. Before I get into the only other thing I've been doing, I'm catching up on Law and Order Organized Crime. I love this season. They're crossing over with SVU because now they're getting the sex trafficking and shit.
Is this the first season or the second season?
Second.
Second? Okay. I stopped watching like 4 episodes into the first season. I know I dug it, but like I like to watch all my Law and Orders in a row. I like to binge watch that shit.
So you like the standalone stuff?
No, I don't like. It doesn't have to be a standalone, but like I had stopped watching SVU for like 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then at the middle of lockdown, I binge watched all 5 fucking seasons, leading all the way up to Organized Crime (OC), and like it still hits. I'm sorry, it's still a good fucking show for what it is.
Yeah. I'm excited that they're bringing back the OG Law and Order. I don't know why the fuck y'all canceled that in the first place, but it's coming back.
I have no fucking idea.
That's NBC, run by monkeys. But yeah, man, I'm catching up on Organized Crime. I love it so far, and now I'll get into the last thing I watched, which was this weekend because the finale is tonight, and I'm watching that shit tonight. I caught up with Succession season 3.
Yo, finally, huh? You finally with me on this shit? Oh my god, we can talk about this?
Man, I was Team Kendall for the first 2 seasons, and now, like, at the beginning of this first episode, I was like, yo, fuck him. Fuck. Like, the only person I want to see come out on top is Shiv. Like, Shiv's literally the only sympathetic character in this whole shit.
Right. Shiv has a great fucking arc throughout the whole entire series, but this season in particular, now she's seeing that being daddy's little girl will only take you so far. And as competent as she is, like, she's always going to be playing second fiddle to Roman and Kendall.
And it's fucked up because they keep using her gender against her, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
So, this season, usually this show is 10 episodes a season. This season is only 9. Episode 9 airs tonight. And honestly, I think it could have been a nice 8 episodes this season. Like the whole wedding episode that we just had last week, which is episode 8, and Kendall's birthday, which was episode 7, kind of felt like fillers.
You could have combined those 2 episodes, or the themes in those 2 episodes, without giving us an extended fucking Kendall birthday bash, which Kendall has gone off the motherfucking rails.
And the thing is, he hasn't even been getting high. He's just been drinking.
It's not even, I think he's just mentally unfucking stable. He's a broken dude.
And he's just as big of a piece of shit as his dad. Like, he started talking to everybody like Logan does.
Right.
Yeah.
they're all fucking broken people, which you want to the human part of you wants to feel sorry for them, but the realistic part of you is like they are fucking mega rich. Like Kendall is poo pooing because his dad wants to buy him out for $2 billion.
Like, nigga,
You
I'll
know,
take that money.
this is fucking my dad. I won't
Yeah,
see you at Christmas.
yeah. Ever again, $2 billion. You'd never see me again.
Right. You know how many islands you can buy? You know how many
Yo,
Johnny Depp sex islands you can buy with $2 billion?
you could buy
All of
you could buy like half of south of France. Like you could buy one of those Versailles palaces in France and never be
them.
seen
Man,
again.
that's fucking four dwarfs on a fucking toadstool, man. That's that kind of money. You don't know
You
about
know?
that. You don't know about that kind of money.
I'm going to Japan. I'm getting a full suit of armor and a fucking a samurai sword made just to me and my dimensions.
I think that is I think that is a very uh, uh, reasonable use of your money.
Man, what else would I? I might get my Charles Foster cane on, start building Xanadu.
Like here's my thing. At a certain point, and I hope to get to this point, you can't spend the money that you have, even if you try.
Oh
That's
yeah,
why that's why these motherfuckers build spaceships and shit like that. It's
because they
like a
get bored.
fucking because it's some Brewster's Millions type shit.
Me
Like I'm
going.
gonna make a dick rocket and go to space, but only 2 inches in the space. I'm gonna build a dick rocket. I'm gonna go 2 inches into space. I'm gonna penetrate space with my dick rocket, just 2 inches, and come back out just a tip.
I mean, what I've had fun at brunch, going getting drunk at brunch is like a Tuesday for them.
Right, right. I mean,
Mhm.
woo-wee.
Yeah. Let me get 2 billion. Y'all might get this podcast maybe once or twice a year.
Man, like you wouldn't like me as a person if I were rich,
Yeah,
because I would just do some fucking just. I would be gross. I would
yeah.
be a gross human being, at least for the first 5 years, until I found Jesus or whatever, or was a cyber Jesus or whatever cult I decided to give my money away to.
Also, you're gonna pull a Kanye. You're gonna lose your fucking mind, do all types of wild shit, say all types of wild shit, and then find Jesus.
Yeah. What? See, here's the thing. I've already lost my mind. I just can't afford to be crazy. You
True.
need to be you got to be rich to be real crazy. To do
Yo,
it right. To
yes,
do it
that's true.
right.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, man.
Like I got to try to hold it together.
I'm gonna wait to judge it. But as a whole, I like the previous 2 seasons better. They were more
I
entertaining.
I feel the way. Well, you also have to preface this by saying like this was in the middle of fucking COVID and shit like that. I don't know how much COVID changed what they were planning, but also just how I felt about Narcos Mexico. This season feels like a setup for some real wild shit in season 4.
So you think this
You
is
know?
like Westworld season 3, where it was like a transition season?
Yeah, yeah. Now all the all right, everything, all the pieces are in place. Now it's going to be some like a real wild ride, season 4.
All right, well, we'll see. Because I know Jesse Armstrong said that either season 4 or season 5, that's gonna be it.
Yeah, so
And I'm glad. Like, get in, get out.
well, that's how they do with British TV shows, man. Like once your story is fucking done, just end it.
Yeah.
Would I like to see 10 seasons of the continuing adventures of the Roy family? Probably. Do I need it? No. So what you want isn't necessarily what you need.
You want people to miss you, not usher you off stage.
It's like that episode of Seinfeld where George is like, "Yeah, you always gotta leave them one more," and it's just like this whole entire Costanza joke.
I forgot about that
I
shit.
don't. You forgot about that shit.
Oh shit! All right, well, that's all I watched. So let's move into trailer talk.
Roll camera and action.
It's time for some trailer talk.
There's a trailer that we're gonna save in between reviews because we're gonna review a trailer and a movie. Because we're so future that we're recording in the past. We travel back in time. So the trailer for The Secrets of Dumbledore we'll get into tomorrow, Jeff. And I know I'm gonna tear. I'm gonna tear this one. Oh my god, I can't believe.
So but what WB posted 2 days ago was a trailer for the trailer,
right?
Reminding you that Harry Potter was a thing. We know Harry Potter is still a thing
because it's still big. That motherfucker still makes $1 billion a year.
Right. So you don't have to remind us what Harry Potter is and what it means and stuff like that. If they just want to put out a retrospective, that's one thing. But to call it a trailer, like it's titled on YouTube as a trailer for.
Well, it's a trailer announcement.
Fucking nail trailer, goddamn announcement. I fucking hate the world now.
I mean, the little preview we saw for the preview that we're getting tomorrow almost looks like the same exact fucking movie as the second one. So we'll see. We'll see. Well, again, we'll be coming. You'll be getting later this episode a full review of that. So let's move into our next trailer, which is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. They ain't need to go that hard, yo. They ain't need to go that hard. That shit looks hard.
Look, the first Sonic surprised everybody, right? So
yeah,
now
me included.
Right. So now they got to show you that they weren't two pump chumps. That Sonic's dick still swings long and wide.
Man,
it's like a pendulum.
This looks like it got like a fucking extra $100 million from the first one. Like they got Sonic riding a fucking plane into like a electric tornado and shit.
Look, you got to spend money to make money. So I'm not mad at them. I'm not like I said. No one expected a video game movie. No one expects a video game movie to be good.
Yeah,
right.
And this one looks better.
Right, and then like they come out of nowhere with an actually good video game movie, so they can't afford to half step it, man.
That's true. How about the Knuckles? Because I was watching that whole trailer. I'm like, wait, ain't Knuckles supposed to be in this motherfucker? And then they save him for the very end.
Right.
And
man.
I was just like, yo, that's foul, yo. Like this is a kids movie. You having Knuckles fucking choke slamming Sonic like a Dragon Ball Z episode, creating a crater in the ground. These little kids gonna be fucked up for life.
Man, these little kids are already fucked up for life, man. I just assume because of COVID, any 5-year-old I see walking on the streets has like 5 bodies on him already. Like he be in them streets. These kids be out in them streets. Just
yo, son. And you know what made it funny was that it was Idris Elba's voice. I was like, damn, Knuckles sounding straight evil. He choke slammed this little nigga with Idris Elba's voice. Oh shit! Oh, but yeah, April 6th.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yeah,
April 6th.
April 6th. Oh, I'm
traumatize your kids.
Might have to take my god kids to this one.
Oh
All
shit!
right, let's get into our next trailer, which was the Halo show. We finally got a full
Yo,
trailer.
they spent some. This is This is gonna bankrupt Paramount.
Paramount, yeah. If they don't
If
make
this
money off
fails,
this motherfucker, woo.
if this fails, then you'll be able to buy Paramount for like I don't. What do you got in your pocket right now? It's gonna be a fire sale because this shit looks
Yo.
fucking hard as shit.
Bro,
This show looks better than most sci-fi I've seen in theaters in the last couple of
yes,
years.
yes. I was just like, yo, y'all spent all this money on a Halo show on Paramount Plus. Y'all put this on Paramount Plus. Like, this is something that they should have probably sold to Amazon or somebody.
Right. They spent this much money on a show with Bokeem Woodbine in it.
And Pablo Schrader is Master
What
Chief.
a world! What a world we living in!
Oh,
What a world!
shit. And
Yeah, no, but it
Natasha-
looks.
What's that?
Go ahead. No, it looks
Oh.
good as shit.
And Natasha Eccles, I haven't seen her since like 1992. I was like, oh shit, it's her. Damn. Yeah, they fucked up. They should have just let Spielberg make this movie.
Right? Or Jackson. Jackson was involved, right?
Yeah, Jackson was gonna write and produce it, and Spielberg was gonna direct it. Y'all fucked up.
You're fucked up.
Yeah, because at least
creative differences.
you know that would have made money. Like, it's Halo, it's gonna make money no matter what.
Right.
So
like Spielberg doing a video game property.
And then to dump that money into a streaming TV show, bro, on Paramount Plus. Like, if this was, and that's the thing that gets me. I'm like, bro, if this was like Hulu or Disney Plus or Netflix, I get it. But this is on Paramount Plus. I have Paramount Plus, and I'm saying, yo, y'all did too much. Y'all fucked up.
All right, so this is literally the property that's going to make or break Paramount. Not just Paramount Plus, Paramount, the studio. They're going to be selling that little fucking ass mountain.
Yeah, Viacom, you kind of fucked up.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Right. So let's get into our final trailer for Guy Ritchie's new movie, Operation Fortune, Ruse de Guerre.
I mean, besides the title, I'm here for it because I'm here for a good comedic Guy Ritchie caper.
Yeah, this looks like he's having fun, man. Aubrey Plaza looks like she's having fun.
Like, his movies are at their best when everybody's having a good fucking time.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like, the last one, which we did a review of,
Wrath of Man.
It was good, but it was dark.
Yeah, that was him making a serious drama.
Right. So, like, I'm glad he's getting back to, like, I don't care what anyone says. I fucking love The Gentleman.
Yeah, that was good. It just was one of his weaker ones.
Right, but even his weaker ones are still fucking enjoyable and rewatchable. So I'm here for this one. I'm here 100%.
Yeah, it comes out in January. It looks like we're going to have some fun in January, man.
There we go.
So, I guess that's one we won't get early because STX is barely a studio, so.
All right, well, STX, if you're listening to this, get us a screener. You barely studio.
All right. So yeah, man.
Be better than A24 was. Be better than A24.
Oh shit. I would say
Neon. I called them out. I called them all out. Neon, A24. Yeah, we run with you we fuck with you the long way, but you don't get no love. We don't get no love from you, baby.
All right, let's move on to our main review.
And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The Film Blurts feature film review.
In the past, when this is taking place, we have not seen the movie we'll be talking about next. Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Oh no, we're starting out with the Kingsman.
Right, I'm just giving this warning because I like this whole entire idea that we're traversing time.
We're teneting it.
We're teneting this motherfucker. So let's talk about a movie that we actually have watched in the present, which is the past.
Because we saw this last Monday. That's why we had to rush through our last episode to make this screening. And
Which was a God fucking
kill this
damn.
franchise, bro. Just kill this. Matthew Vaughn, what you doing, dog? Like, move on. You really love a dead corpse right now.
Matthew Vaughn was supposed to be the superior Guy Ritchie,
and he
You
was
know what
for
I'm
a
saying?
minute.
Like he came out the bat with Layer Cake, and like that, like we thought Lock Stock was Guy Ritchie's Arrival, but like fucking Layer Cake, Matthew Vaughn just put his dick on the table and he's like, "I'm here," and then he gave us the first Kingsman, which
and he gave us
better
Kick-Ass,
than
man.
Kick-Ass. Like he was on a fucking roll, and then
Kingsman 2 happened. Now this one happened. The good news is this one is better than the second Kingsman, but it's still not good. And I don't know how you feel about it, Jeff, because it's been almost a week coming up since we've seen it. The more I think about it, the more upset I get, just because there's easily a good movie here.
That's what I said. Like I can barely remember this fucking movie, and it's only been a week. I don't do that much drugs, but I said this as soon as I got out of the theater. The shit that's good in the Kingsman is really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like that trench scene, that trench battle scene,
right?
One of the best set pieces I've seen of all 2021.
Right.
You know, but then you have the fucking reveal at the end, and that everything that you saw in the trailer, that's the fucking movie.
And the trailer's more entertaining than the entirety of this 2.5 hours.
And
it didn't need to be 2.5 hours.
This didn't need to be 2.5 hours. This was an hour and 40 minutes at best.
Yeah.
And the tone, they couldn't find the right tone for this because, like, so the scene with Rasputin, scene with Rasputin, is so weird.
Yes, so funny.
And fun, right, funny. And it's like, okay. And that's honestly where the movie picks up. And that's an hour into the movie.
Yes.
That's where, like, it actually finally got interesting. And it's like, okay, is this where we're going through the whole entire fucking movie? And then, that fight's over with. And then you get that trench battle scene. And it's like, oh, shit. Like, that swing in mood and tone was so fucking abrupt.
Yeah, and jarring.
Not that I'm saying both scenes are excellent, but they don't need to be in the same fucking movie.
I think Matthew Vaughn forgot what made the first Kingsman enjoyable, which is it didn't take itself seriously. It was kind of satirizing the Bond films. You know what I mean?
It was satirizing all spy films. It was like Bond mixed with like The Man from U.N.C.L.E. mixed with
Mission
Get
Impossible.
Smart. Yeah. Mission Impossible. And it was fun and cool.
And it completely lost its way now. Like, this was more of a drama than the other two were.
Yeah. And that's fine, but I didn't have I ever watched the Kingsman 1 and what was it called? The Golden Compass, Golden Circle?
The Golden Circle.
And say, you know what? I really needed to see how they all got names of knights from the Round Table, or how the Kingsman was formed.
Yeah, because I'll be real with you. This wasn't really even a Kingsman movie until like the last 3 minutes.
Right, and like, shout out to Jaimin Hudsu because he was awesome in it, underutilized.
He was. This was the first movie in a long time though to utilize him properly, and he doesn't die.
Yeah, shout out to Jaimin Hudsu not dying this year. I still have hope that he kind of somehow survives A Quiet Place 2. It's like maybe he's just sleeping.
I would say to make this movie better, cause you cut out the kid entirely. What a waste of a character, honestly. Just cut him out.
And
Cut out everything in Africa at the beginning. You cut out.
and the narrative thrust of this felt like a video game. This felt like where in the world? It felt like a history game.
Like Call of Duty.
Like no, like you know those educational history games you used to play in
Bro,
school.
this felt
It
like
like
the old school Call of Duties, like the big red one and World War II.
no, but the trench war shit. But I'm just talking about like how every villain throughout that period of history is just sitting at this table,
Yeah, I hate
you
that
know,
shit. I hated that shit.
plotting,
Hated
plotting.
that shit. Hated that shit.
Like,
I hated. Yeah, for our audiences, the way this movie ham-fists its whole story around World War One is fucking sloppy, and that's at best. It is sloppy
yes,
at best. It is so bad in its execution of why World War One is happening, how they use actual events and actual people to its advantage, and it's just like, why?
and it just happens there. Like our protagonist just happens to be friends with Franz Ferdinand,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
sees his no, my friend died. No, I must avenge him by fighting Rasputin.
And I thought from the trailers it made it look like Rasputin's going to be the main villain. He is not
Right?
the main
Nope.
villain of the movie. Honestly, I forgot the motherfucker because they keep him in the shadows and it's a big reveal at the end. And when it's revealed, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot he was even in this movie. This guy.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's
And shout out to
yeah.
Gemma Adderon. I'm glad to see her back in movies. And she was also underutilized. Real cool
I
character.
will say all of the acting was on point
Oh
here.
yeah.
Like
Ray Fiennes was killing it. He's a producer.
everybody was killing it. It's just the story was just not there, and the 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 abrupt tone changes really got me.
Yes.
A- and it's like you could cut 45 minutes away from this movie and it wouldn't be a great movie, but it would be a better movie.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be real with you. There was stretches of this movie where I was just fucking bored out of my mind, and I just didn't care about the stakes enough to be invested in what was going on.
I don't even know what like because there were so many so many objectives.
Yes.
Like I don't even know, like you said, like you didn't feel the stakes. I couldn't tell what the stakes. I literally forgot the first hour of this movie.
Let me tell you guys how bad it was. I had a fucking extra large coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. Jeff saw this. I chugged that bitch. It was hot. It hurt drinking it. Got to the theater, got another cup of coffee, drank that. Still managed to nod off during that shit.
Yeah, no, I was feeling a little like most of the time when I fall asleep during a movie, I feel bad just because I've fallen asleep in the movie and like someone worked on it, blah 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 blah. It's disrespectful, but also because I feel, oh shit, I probably missed something really important that I'm going to need to continue enjoying this movie. Here, I felt my eyes going, and I was sort of like, it doesn't matter if I fall asleep or not, because when I wake up, there's going to be some more nonsensical shit, right? Because I don't know what happened. I was awake, I didn't know what happened. So, me being asleep and waking up, it's still not going to change that.
I mean, it happened for the first hour and a half. I kept going in and out, and it was only for like 2 minutes at a time. It wasn't for long stretches, like
But you didn't
during the
miss
French
shit.
Dispatch. But still, it was just like, it was, man. I kind of want to fit. I felt like a popular YouTuber. We should have followed her lead and start getting up, picking a new seat throughout the whole fucking movie, moving from seat to seat.
Maybe, we were clowning her, but then maybe she found a way to make the movie interesting.
Yeah, because you saw she loved it. Even though
Yeah,
she was
maybe,
moving every 10 minutes from seat to seat in the fucking theater.
but maybe by playing real life Frogger in the movie theater, we could. All right, so everybody who go, like, I want you to go out and see the Kingsman. All right,
No.
but
No.
but fuck sitting in your paid for assigned seats. Play live action Frogger up in that bitch and see. Like every time they say something stupid, just get up and go to a different seat. Get your
I do
cardio in.
I do feel bad for this movie just because it's coming out the same day as The Matrix Resurrections, and then Spider-Man will only have been out for 5 days. The holidays are also coming up, so West Side Story is still going to be playing. This thing's dead in
So
the water. It's
so
dead in
who
the
who
water.
who who decided that was a good idea?
I don't know.
Let's put our lukewarm movie in the middle of all of these franchise juggernauts.
During Christmas,
And,
this I
and
don't even know
during
why you put
Christmas,
this out. This is not one you put out at Christmas. That's a
this is
dumbass
when
move
you
on their part.
this is some shit you put out on Groundhog's Day, like Arbor Day,
Oh,
Flag Day.
shit. So yeah, I mean, on our way home, I googled because I knew there's another Kingsman movie coming out, and there is to wrap up the Harry Hart and Eggsy trilogy. But then, come to find out, they're doing a fucking Kingsman miniseries on TV,
Nope.
doing a Statesman spinoff, which they reference in this movie because the president keeps saying, "Get me a glass of Statesman." Like every time they cut back to the president, "Give me a glass of Statesman." Also, how disrespectful was it to Woodrow Wilson? What they did to Woodrow Wilson, like they had him doing some Bill Clinton shit, like
But
literally.
I don't know. I don't know about Woodwood. I don't know. Maybe he's gets down like that. I don't. I gotta read a Woodrow Wilson bio to see if he's slanging like that. If
Yo,
he's
but that was straight from Bill Clinton, bro. Like everything, like the way it was shot, the way the girl was taking her top off, like that was all Bill Clinton. I was just like, yo, Matthew Vaughn needs to chill.
just to let you know what you're in for. The president of these United States of America, Woodrow Wilson, gets blackmailed, and that's
Into
why
not
he
joining
doesn't
the war.
World War One. And so the last half hour, this fucking movie is our ragtag bunch of heroes trying to get this fucking porno from not Hitler.
Yo, we need to explain this shit in a fucking movie review. This sounds so over the top.
Let me repeat that again. The last half hour of The Kingsman is a caper in which our British royal nobleman, his African sidekick, his two old nanny, who happens to be a sharpshooter, have to scale a mountain fortress to get Woodrow Wilson's fucking sex tape back from Scottish Genghis Khan.
Oh my god. Oh, fuck this movie. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh brother, yo.
Yep.
Kill this franchise, bro.
Yeah. So let that sink in. Let this review sink in.
All right, and now we'll get into Spider-Man No Way Home.
Talking to you from the future.
All right, so we just came from the screening. Jeff, why don't you start with your initial reactions?
To me, this is probably the best Spider-Man movie, period. Like, of all three iterations of it.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. This is the best one there ever has been. Like, this is the peak.
I want to say, let's address what Tom Holland said. Tom Holland said this movie is game-changing. He's right. It does a lot of heavy lifting. And as far as best fights in a superhero movie, I don't know about that, but the fights are hard-hitting. Like, you feel the punches.
Right, and like Spider-Man's combat in this feels it feels dynamic. it feels like he's actually using his powers to fight, like, because he has a couple of hand-to-hand combat scenes in this, and they are fucking brutal.
Yeah. This feels like what I love about this is everything has weight to it. Every character has an emotional arc in it. This is the first film of Phase 4 where it feels like it matters and it's something, and it still feels like a standalone film despite doing a lot of heavy lifting for what's coming.
Right, and honestly, this movie makes all of the other Spider-Man movies, so I'm talking about the Maguire era and the Garfield era, better. There is closure.
Oh, so we're gonna spoil that?
Well, no, we're not gonna spoil it, but like I'm just like, it's not a spoiler because you know they're gonna appear in the fucking movie. But like, everybody has an arc. Like everybody gets closure.
Yeah, all right, so we'll just come out and say all the rumors that you heard are true, and I will just leave it at that.
Right.
Like, all the rumors are true. But, yeah, I mean, they fixed a lot of stuff, too. Like, they fixed Electro from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. They
fixed Sandman.
Yeah, they fixed Sandman from Spider-Man 3. They
fixed the Lizard.
Yeah, they gave Lizard pathos. Fucking Green Goblin in this doesn't have his fucking tacky early 2000s suit. He actually has the comics accurate, like, hoodie and tatters.
Yeah, and he is a motherfucker.
Yeah, this is the scariest Green Goblin has ever been.
And you could tell Willem Dafoe was having mad fun doing this shit.
Yes. Doctor Strange, man, Doctor Strange is like the new Iron Man because him and Wong keep popping up everywhere.
Right. And I'm trying not to spoil as much of this, but how they get to the multiple cross dimensional characters is different than how you think they would get to it. You know?
Yeah, it's all based in this reality in this New York. It never goes cosmic or weird, and that's not a complaint. That's actually because this movie's doing so much. I'm glad it stays focused strictly on Peter.
Right, and Tom Holland, he acted his ass off. If you thought him in Infinity War, when he's disappearing, was an emotional moment, wait until you see what he does in this movie.
Yeah, this movie really pulls no punches. I find it funny that the first two movies close with a Ramones song, and then this one closes with a De La Soul song, which is 3 is the magic number. I was like, oh, we're doing hip hop now instead of the punk rock Ramones.
Right.
Not a complaint. That's high praise and not a complaint.
Right, and like you said when we were leaving the theater, this feels like an origin story.
Yeah, this film is the origin story for this Spider-Man. It may have taken a while, but we finally got it. Like, he finally feels like a fully formed superhero. And you'll see, once you see the movie, you'll understand, like, there's an arc to Peter's character in this movie. Like, he has hard lessons to learn.
And let's not forget, this movie is fucking hilarious.
Yes.
It's hilarious and fun at parts, and other parts it's terrifying, and other parts it's heartbreaking. Like, you get everything.
When Doc Ock was first introduced, like, it's almost like Jaws, how terrifying it is,
right.
Where he's just ripping up the fucking freeway, where you're just like, yo.
He is going fucking hard.
Yes. That fight, that's honestly my favorite fight, was between him and Spider-Man on the freeway.
Like, my favorite fight is the one between Green Goblin and him.
In the hallways?
In the hallways.
Yeah, that shit was hard, too.
That was fucking just
and then
molly-whopping.
And then the third act, like, the entire third act is just chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I don't want to say much, but woo, boy.
Right. And we were cautiously optimistic going into this.
Because Phase 4's been, I guess, lackluster. Well, that's putting it nicely. It's been lackluster. And this is the first movie of Phase 4 where I can positively tell you guys, please go see it. It's shot in IMAX. Definitely see it in IMAX. There's a 15-minute sequence where you're in the Mirrorverse, and it's worth it.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot wait to see. Hopefully, in the Multiverse of Madness has more of the Mirrorverse.
Stay for both the after credit sequences.
Yeah, there's a mid-credits and the after credits. The mid-credits retcons some stuff that might have happened earlier in another movie this year.
And we'll like, hopefully, by the time we do our next episode, we can talk more in depth. More people will have seen it, so we can talk about what Sony did with that mid-credit sequence is actually a brilliant fucking move.
So, yeah, I guess we'll start off talking spoilers of Spider-Man No Way Home next week before we move into Matrix.
Yeah.
And then we'll go give you our best of the year because, like, this is our last screening, man. This is literally our last screening.
Yep. Everything else is just going to be whatever we find on Netflix or DVD until they start pumping out bigger movies
in January. Yeah, January 7th. It's the 355.
Yeah, but
but this is I will tell you, go to IMAX, do double features. If you can't see it opening weekend, go over Christmas break and do a double feature of this and The Matrix Resurrections. You're gonna have a good time with both. Both do a lot of unexpected things.
Right.
Some things you do expect and some things you don't. Both are really emotional blockbusters. Like these, they put out two very great blockbusters that are both very different,
right,
but very emotional.
Right,
in their
for
own
a
way.
comic book movie,
right?
It's really kind of mature.
Yes.
You know, like the themes in it, and like I said, we don't want to spoil it, but like I was tearing up at parts.
Yeah,
man. Like I was, and I can't preface enough by saying this movie makes all the other eras of Spider-Man on the silver screen better, and you'll know why when you see it.
It's 2.5 hours. Doesn't feel like 2.5 hours. Like Matrix Resurrections didn't feel like 2.5 hours. That's all we can say about that.
Right.
But I'm glad because we sat through so many 2.5 hour movies lately. I'm glad like the last two we watched move.
Right, because it does not have any filler in it.
Yes.
Like The King's Man had so much fucking filler in it.
Yes.
You know, that it became boring. I was afraid to fucking yawn during this movie because I might have missed something.
Oh, real quick before we go, Jeff, we got two things we got to do. First off, on the train ride back from this screening, Kingsman 3 is going to start shooting in September.
Well, I don't know why.
Yeah, kill this franchise. Matthew Vaughn's going to return to close out the Eggsy trilogy. And then the second thing we want to do is the Secrets of Dumbledore trailer drop today.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to see it.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
All right, so you know what?
I totally forgot about it because, you know,
I
don't care.
You know what? We'll hold off till next week.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be whimsical. Like you.
Well, you'll see. You'll see. You'll see.
I'll see. All
right, but like, anything else you want to say about Spider-Man No Way Home?
Go see it. Like I can't say enough about this, and I wish. I love that we're giving you this review beforehand, but I also wish we could talk about it in depth without spoiling it for all of you.
The meme, guys. They do the meme.
They do the fucking meme, and it's so clever.
Yes.
It's so fucking
clever. It doesn't
clever.
happen in the way you think.
Yeah.
But, the Spider-Man No Way Home, definitely, guys, this is finally a fucking Marvel movie that's worth your time and attention.
Right. It's a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
It's a palate cleanser, and it's a good way to go into 2022.
Yeah.
We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs Podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best. It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFireXL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.